So, we continue with Divergent Reading, Part 9. My name is Lisbeth Jimenez Castillo. Okay. How did the test go? He asked me. I poured the piece into a serving bowl. Fine, I say. I couldn't be kinder. I lied to Weasley. I heard there was some kind of upset with one of the tests. My mother says, like my father, she works for the government, but she manages city improvement projects. She recruits volunteers to administer the aptitude test. Most of the time, though, she organizes workers to help the factionless with food and shelters and job opportunities. Really? Says my father. A problem with the aptitude test is rare. I don't know much about it, but my friend Erin told me that something went wrong with one of the tests. Students' results had to be reported verbally. My mother places a napkin next to each plate on the table. Apparently the student got sick and was sent home early. My mother shrugged. I hope they are really right. Did you two hear about that? No, Caleb says. He smiled at my mother. My brother could be kinder either. We sit at table, we say pass food to the right, and no one eats until everyone is served. My father extends his hands to my mother and my brother, and they extend their hands to him and me. And my father gives thanks to God for food and work and friends and family. Not every abnegation family is religious, but my father says we should try not to see those differences because they will only divide us. I'm not sure what to make of that. So my mother says to my father, tell me. She takes my father's hand and moves her thumb in a small circle over his knuckles. I stare at their honey hands. My parents love each other, but they rarely show affection like this in front of us. They tell us that physical contact is powerful, so I have been aware of its signs I watch you. Okay, the expectation. They asked her how she was in the test, and she most lied. And her mother tells her that she found out that there was some setback in one of the aptitude tests since she, like her father, works for the government. Beatrice returns to lie to him, saying that it was another child who became ill and that returned home, and Caleb continues with the lie.
Hi, my name is Isabel Rangel. Tell me what's bothering you, she had. I stared at my plate. My mother's good self sometimes surprised me, but nowadays shouldn't me. I focused on myself, but I didn't notice his deep frown and his sagging posture. I had a difficult day at work, he says. Well, really it was Marcus who had a difficult day. It shouldn't lay claim to it. Marcus is my father's co-worker. They are both political leaders. The city is ruled by a council of 50 people, composed entirely of representatives from abnegation. Because our faction is regarded as incorruptible due to our committed to selflessness, our leaders are selected by their peers for their impeccable character, moral fortitude, and leadership skill. Representatives from each of the other faction can speak in the meetings on behalf of a particular use, but Ultimately, the decision is council, and really the council technically makes decision toward Marcus is particularly influential. It has been this way since the beginning of the Great Peace. When the factions were formed, I think this system persists because we're afraid of what might happen if I didn't war. Is this about the report Jenny Matthews relays? My mother says Jenny Matthews is erudite, solo representative, select based on her IQ score. My father complains about her often. I look up a report. Caleb gives me a geared look. We aren't supposed to speak at dinner table unless our parents ask us a direct question, and they usually don't. Our listening ears are a gift to them. My father says they give us their listening ears after dinner in the family room. Yes, my father says his eyes narrow. Those arrogant, self-righteous, he stopped and cleared and the throat. Sorry, but she wrestled a reputation Marcus' character. I raised my eyebrow. What did he say? I asked. Beatrice, Caleb says guilty. I dug my head, turning my fork over and over and over until the guilty left my cheeks. I don't like to be chased, especially by my brother. It said my father says that Marcus' violence and cruelty toward his son is the reason. He showed doubtless insights of abnegation. Okay, the explication. Beatrice's father is Upstate with Janani, representative of the Winston in the technical council that advises is to talk about some particular use that regulates the city. Most of the members are self-sacrificing because they are considered incorruptible. That council takes the decision about the city, although Janini said that with violence and cruelty, Marcus, his son, shows another faction, where he and cruelty Marcus, his son, shows another faction where he was not born. This made Marcus in Beatrice that brother. Bye.